Where's that magazine? Oh, there it is. I don't want to lose that. You know, the one from the old greasy gasoline station. Oh, there's more. There's lots more, everybody. In fact, it's my pleasure to introduce to you right now, Chris Duvall. Let's make some noise. Come on.
Thanks, Valley. How we doing, gang? Good, good. So I've been having money problems the last few decades. We've all been there, you know, when you hand somebody a card that you're not sure about, that you don't think is going to go through. Then you get the collapse onto the console like Mission Control when it finally goes through. Like, oh, I really didn't think that one was going to make it. I actually currently live with my best friend, so that means I have to pay him rent, and it's always fun to have to go to him and be like, I wouldn't bother cashing that. It's not as bad as like about a decade ago. I went by myself to a place. It was called Tilted Kilt. I don't know if you remember them. They're no longer with us. They used to be, they're sort of like Hooters with a Scottish theme, which kind of works if you don't know anything about Scotland. But I went there by myself because I like when cute people are nice to me, and I'm willing to pay a premium for it. So I go over there. Now, I was drinking a lot of scotch at the time because it was the only mental health medication I could afford. And I had just recently, someone had given me Johnny Walker Black, and I really liked it. But somewhere along my lines, I got my wires crossed, and what I asked for was Johnny Walker Blue, which is different. $35 a glass different. I had $33 in the bank. So I'm halfway through my second, and the waitress comes over, and she says, "May I ask how you got a taste for that?" What she's really saying is, how does a sentient possum in thrift store clothes afford something like this? This was long before I started dressing like the cutest shroom dealer at NPR. So I just scoffed at her and said, "Oh, my dear sweet summer child, I have always had a taste for the finer things." I said that out loud to a person. A taste for the finer. I deserve everything that happened from here on out. So she says, "Would you like another?" I said, "Yes, and make it a double." So she goes and she does that, and eventually food comes. I didn't just booze it up, there was food. And then, alas, the bill comes, $185. And so I go over to the ATM. They have an ATM there because this has happened before. And I go over and check it, even though I know there's only $33. You know, we've all done it, just in case your paycheck comes in 4 days early. It had not. So I go back and I'm almost out of options, and I eventually get brave enough to be like, I don't actually have any money. But the problem is that it's not liquid. It's all an investment. You know how it is. And then she was like, she couldn't have been nicer about it. But I could see it in her eyes. That small fire, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, you sentient possum. So she goes and talks to the manager and comes back and says, "We can hold on to your driver's license and you can just come back tomorrow." Well, tomorrow wasn't going to change anything. I still had no money tomorrow. And I didn't want to leave my driver's license because my car was 8 months out of inspection. I didn't want to risk a double whammy. So I eventually called my friend Tim, and he comes over, very pleased about all of this. He just walks in, and she asked if he wanted anything, and he's like, "No, I'm just his co-signer." And then he posed to me a very Socratic question, which I thought was very good of him, and it, as usual, his wisdom usually opens up a new thought to me when he posed, "What the fucking fuck is wrong with you, Chris?" I still don't have an answer, but as they say in Zen Buddhism, the question is the important thing. I've been thinking a lot about school lately because I've been seeing all the back-to-school things, and as a good citizen of social media, I'm obliged to see all those back-to-school pictures, all the parents with their happy children, taking them into school, make sure they know everybody, all those tearful goodbyes. And I can't help but contrast that with my dad, who just slammed the brakes in front of the school and said, just go through those doors and find someone to help you. They sent me to Great Hope Baptist Christian School in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is incidentally the same town where the legendary Olympic athlete Jim Thorpe also got a Christian education against as well. So, my first day, they're teaching us the alphabet, and in order to kill two birds with one stone, they decide to give us a corresponding Bible verse to each letter. And A's was Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. This was at 10 a.m. I'm 5 years old. It's the first day of kindergarten, and you're a disappointment to God. Then we went on and learned our colors. You can't go straight from damnation to yellow. That's jarring for a 5-year-old. So this was quite a banner day for baby Chris. We get all the way to noon. I was a happy child heretofore, and now I've been here for 3 hours, and I find that I'm a disappointment to God and colorblind. So things got a little bit better. A few years later, I started going to a public school. I don't know, better is the word. I shouldn't have said that. But different. How about that? I'm a little more different now, a little more out of the shell. I already found out I'm a disappointment to God. So imagine if Chunk from the Goonies swore in Yiddish. That's what we're working with. And I found out that I don't like hanging out with other guys, even to this day. From play date to bachelor party. I just, guys in groups are not great. You remember the wars. So, I spent all my time sitting with girls because they talked about music. And we've since found other mutual interests, but that was the one at the time. And I would sit over there, and this led to boys coming over and calling me gay a lot. And I always thought that was a shame and confusing. I still to this day don't know why talking to girls made me gayer than the boys getting sweaty together. I think what upsets me most about it is that I'm not gay. So I got all the homophobia and none of the dick. What kind of deal is that? I gotta head on down the line, gang. Thank you so much. Thank you.
How about a little more for Christian? Great stuff. Okay, I think we're ready to get my band back up here for another supposedly funny.
What do you have to do?
Is it blood side?
Yeah.
I gotta get the whole thing.
You didn't give me any time.
Well, I told Ben.
All right.
Okay, I'll just stand here and talk. What do you, 5 minutes? 5 minutes will be enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna talk for 5 minutes. Let's see, what can I talk about? So let's see. We got the. Yeah, we did this. We did that. Let's see. I can do another impression for you. Here's an impression of an old woman who seems to have. Her handler seems to have walked away. She's in the cereal aisle, staring at some sort of like brand cereal, some sort. Oh, it's so good. Let's see what else I got. All right, here's another impression of someone I overheard at Trader Jack's flea market. I remember reading about kinetic energy, but I don't remember what it is.
What about the answering machine?
What?
The answering machine?
The message you got.
Right, I don't remember.
Spotlight's right where I'm supposed to be going.
Oh, perfect. Looks like he's ready. But here, you
I'm
didn't.
not ready, but.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Well, don't go out yet. Here, wait. I'm not really going.
Where'd
This
that
doesn't
go?
go.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. All right. Oh. All right.
There's a lot of stuff on this stage. Okay.